Yo people, welcome back to another video. Now for me, this show has completed the turnaround. I really didn't like season 1 of Loki, and now I think season 2 might be the best MCU TV show. I know the competition is crap, but you still have to do it. It learned from its primary mistakes in season 1, which was pushing Sylvie, making her do everything, while Loki was just getting carried in his own show. This show, season 2, Loki was actually the protagonist, and Tom Hiddleston got to really show what a great actor he is and flesh out Loki even more. I want to start out by saying all the time travel themes, all the Ouroboros stuff, all the philosophy, everything along those lines that was done in this show was done at a very good level. It actually became pretty educational at times. It was all understandable in an up-tempo way compared to season 1, where it was more sit down and talk and it got repetitive and boring. Things will always get tricky in terms of not trying to break the rules when you have this much of the philosophy and all these laws, time travel, etc. But I think this show stuck to it for the most part and actually tried to take risks. It didn't do anything painfully stupid in terms of the mistakes. Also, quick point out that Glorious Purpose was the name of the episode 1, season 1. And the last episode that we just saw also has this name. So again, the Ouroboros happening even in episode names. So let's move on to Loki and what that ending was all about, because I liked how they went back into season 1, just cleared up some stuff. They went back to a few key moments, and I don't know, for me it kind of rewrites season 1 in a way where I can see it in a much better light. I'll name you one which ties into the ending. Sylvie killing He Who Remains. That always annoyed me because I thought it was so avoidable. So many things could have happened to stop this. But now it's kind of given a positive light to it because it seems that it's something that had to happen for the overall story of Loki. So I accept it now. And they also fleshed out that scene a lot more, which was good to see. As He Who Remains speaks to Loki, Loki is given two options. Let Sylvie kill He Who Remains, which would lead to the destruction of everything and we'd end up back to where we were earlier on. Or he can kill Sylvie, which is his love interest, emotional connection, blah blah, whatever you want to call it. But in doing that, it keeps He Who Remains in charge of everything and it restricts free will. For example, we find out that He Who Remains was the one allowing Loki to time slip in the hopes that he would return to this exact moment and stop Sylvie from killing him, therefore he never dies. That's why he would always say, "See you soon" to Sylvie when he got killed. He was pushing the agenda of kill Sylvie to Loki so that he could remain in charge. He Who Remains even tells Loki about the loom, and he says that if there's too many branches and they simply get deleted, only leaving the sacred timeline. And it does this by exploding, as we saw in the previous episode, which essentially kills the TVA. The secret timeline will live, but no one at the TVA will be alive to prune the branches that would appear from the sacred timeline, which essentially would create the multiversal war. Long story short, Loki decides to stick to the Sylvie killing He Who Remains option, but this time he ends up sacrificing what he wanted the most, which was being with his friends. As we heard in the last episode, he was supposedly being selfish because he didn't want to be alone. As Sylvie said, he gave it all up essentially to be the life of the MCU, the life of the timelines of the multiverses. If he lets go of the timelines, everyone dies. So he is now essentially He Who Remains, but giving life to everything and giving everyone free will on top of that. He keeps everything alive without interfering. He has basically become Yggdrasil. In Norse mythology, Yggdrasil is a sacred tree in which the 9 worlds exist, including hell, earth and heaven. It's often known as the Tree of Life, again tying into the fact that Loki is giving life to the timelines and he is keeping everyone alive. Ultimately, this is Loki's glorious purpose. So now he is alone responsible for keeping everyone alive. And while he's doing that, the TVA is now in charge of hunting all Kang variants that may appear and want to cause chaos. We even hear reference about Earth 616 adjacent Kang variant being taken care of, which hints at Ant-Man 3's Kang. Of course, this doesn't mean that Kang is finished and Jonathan Majors has been replaced. No, the Council of Kang still exists. We got Kangs that are in different centuries in the future that we just don't even know about yet. So they'll find a way to get themselves back in or make it so that they can't be detected in the timelines by Loki and the TVA. Who knows, but it's definitely not the end for them. But yeah, overall, Marvel didn't play it safe for once on a TV show. They actually done stuff that can change the future of the entire franchise in a TV show. Usually they do it in the movies, but I'm glad that they've changed it. The last 4 episodes of this show really turned it around for me. Let's see where Loki goes from here. I know people have said this is now Loki, God of Stories. Others will say he's Avenger Prime Loki because it ties in with the reboot rumors. And in those comics, Loki picks out different heroes from other timelines to help him fight. Secret Wars apparently, if you want to believe the rumors, will be led by Hugh Jackman's Wolverine, Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and some of the Fox X-Men characters as well. At the moment, there are obviously more rumors, such as Elektra from the Daredevil film, Ben Affleck's one. It does look like maybe the Avenger Prime is the most likely outcome and the most likely path, but yeah. As always, feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like on the video as well, I massively appreciate it. Sub to the channel if you haven't already, and if you enjoyed the content. Thank you for your time and have a good rest of your day.